Good morning. You're listening to Roundtable on Radio New Mexico, featuring local business owners, musical artists, charities, and more. To view our live feed, check out facebook.com/myradionm.
All right, let me get the mic down here. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We got a very different look for you
Good
today.
mornings to you. Good morning. You smell like a zoo.
And
You
no,
look like one too. Good morning to you.
yeah, BJ Ramirez did not get prettier. This is Daisy Blue joining me today.
Good morning, Randy. How it's been so long.
I know.
It's been so long.
I've missed you like I can't even tell you.
Oh, I miss you too. And I'm sitting right next to you. And I still
Yeah.
do. How about that?
You miss me right now. This is how bad it's gotten.
Right meow.
I'm just so distant.
In the Sometimes I just feel like you're so far away. I don't understand.
That almost sounds like a song, but no, it couldn't be.
Can we talk about garbage TV for a second?
We could talk about garbage TV all you want. By the way, real quick, BJ Ramirez is not with us because he's taking care of a family emergency and is out of town, but he will be back. And got to find out if he's going to be back by next show. If not, we may be putting it off a little bit. We are going to be doing a special nerdy episode of
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know if you've heard this or not. Trevor is going to come on and take over the show.
Okay.
And he has led a bunch of as a dungeon master, a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons games. We have never played Dungeons and Dragons, the two of us. So
really,
we're gonna get exposed to it the hard way.
Oh, so he's gonna be the dungeon master for this episode.
Yes.
Like you're gonna do like a live.
Yeah, we're gonna do live for whatever the 2 hours plus the stuff that we normally do.
Mhm.
And if it goes long, which it may, we may have a special edition show after the fact. We may come back and finish the game after hours.
After hours,
Yeah.
radio.
We'll bring down the lights. I'll put on my long hair. And I may do something to my hair before then. I'm not telling anybody, just in case. But
yeah, well, that was going to be my next suggestion, is that you guys would need to be in character and have costumes and all of that.
I don't think we're going
All
as
of
far
that.
as costumes because we don't know our characters yet.
Okay.
To save some time and because we're both beginners, Trevor is going to be creating the characters for us.
Okay.
So make it a little bit easier. I told him, says, don't mess with these characters. They're very hard. We don't want to deal with magic stuff because we don't know what we're doing. Hey, how about that? Awesome. Yeah, we had an incident a few weeks ago that I am now making sure that we have sound every time.
Okay. Cool. So
Copy link.
now I'm like frantically trying to share.
Did you find the link?
I think I forgot where the no, I have.
Why don't you give me
I
just
subscribe.
a second? I will text it over to you.
Dun, dun, dun,
And then you can
dun,
just
dun,
share
dun,
that.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay,
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank God for technology.
God bless you. So the garbage TV,
Yeah.
one of my guilty pleasures is that I love binging just the most dumb, awful TV shows that you can think of.
Sometimes they're the best.
Yes, and there's a lot of like awful things about my generation, and the advancement of technology has like ruined a lot of really great interpersonal interactions. But on the flip side, it's a lot easier to get really goofy independent shows that are just outside of any, I guess, mold or formula that you would normally get.
Oh yeah.
So there's this garbage show that me and my beau have started watching, and it's called like The Real Bros of Simi Valley.
Okay.
And it's like a Facebook Watch show. You can get some of it on YouTube, but most of it is on Facebook Watch, which I didn't even know was a thing until we got addicted to it on YouTube, and then we're like, we need to see the next season. So we had to hunt it down, but it's so absurd and ridiculous. But now I talk like the characters on that show, so I'm like, I don't understand. They
Oh God, I hate
they
that.
elongate their A's, like but not in a Norwegian way. I don't know how to describe it, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what else to say about that show. You just got to watch it. It's really dumb. It's a mockumentary, and they're all in like their 30s, but one of them dreams to be like a skateboarding champ because he was really good in high school and he can't let it go. And I don't know. If you have a dumb sense of humor, then it might be right up your alley.
I do have a dumb sense of humor, so yeah.
Well, then there you go. The main character, his name is Zonder.
Oh God.
Zonder, and goes to his parents to talk about his girlfriend. He's like, "You guys don't understand the romance
Oh no.
between me and the girl." Yeah, the romance. Anyway, I guess we don't. I've also been watching like those Netflix garbage reality shows. You were into.
Oh.
Did we talk about The Circle already?
No. Oh God. What did you find?
Did you have you seen that show, The
No.
Circle? It came out during the pandemic, season 1.
Of course.
And it was yeah, I got into the Tiger King and all of that. It's really appropriate to watch it in the context of being quarantined, because the whole premise of the show is all these people are being isolated in these apartments, and the only way they can communicate with anybody is by text messaging, and they have to vote for who's the most popular based on like photos and text interactions, and that's the whole premise of the show. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I just figured that might be up your alley.
You know, I never even heard of that. I'll definitely have to check it out.
Mm-hmm. The Circle.
There's a bunch of weird stuff that's out on TV, and especially start getting into some of the networks that aren't main networks, and you start finding some interesting stuff out there. Yeah, there's a show on Netflix that I found. They did how many? They did. There we go. There I am. Okay. I sound like I was in a cave there. They did like three or 4 seasons. I think it was 3 seasons. And then the pandemic hit and the show was being filmed in Canada. So all of a sudden there's no more show. They finally released like 2 weeks ago.
What is the show
next
called?
Season. It is called Kim's Convenience.
Kim's Convenience.
It is cute. Very cute. It's following a Korean family that instead of moving to the States, they moved to Canada and opened a convenience store. Mom and dad. And I've seen dad in some other roles, and he's putting on the accent really thick. I think he was born and raised here in the States. Mm-hmm. And he talks like a normal guy most of the time, but on this show, thick Korean accent. You know, just came here from Korea, sort of thing. And the whole cast is amazing. It's weird to see an Asian person saying sorry. But,
sorry.
But yeah. It's so cute. It's so funny. And they're like 30-minute episodes, so it's a quick little sitcom.
Yeah, I like how you said, and it is cute.
I don't know any other way to put it.
I'm like, of course it is. Is it so? But it's not just based in Canada; it's actually produced in Canada as well.
Oh yeah, they do the whole thing over there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh.
It's a local show up there, eh?
I went through, since I grew up in North Dakota, I definitely went through a period where I really didn't know really the difference between a Canadian accent and just like a North Dakota accent, because I didn't think I had an accent.
Right.
But we all talk the same essentially. And then I was working at Best Buy in college, and we'd have Canadians come down over the border over the weekend looking for deals. Mm-hmm. So, and I would call them the weekend Canadians. Yeah. It's a very clever term. And they would come down and shop with us. And some things were priced lower and some things weren't. So I had some pissed off Canadians someday being like, I drove all the way down here and your deals suck. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
What's a pissed off Canadian like? Really? Do they just apologize one time less than normal? Or
So it turns out Canadians are actually like the rest of us. Well, at least in my head at the time, I thought so. But maybe the Midwesterners all sound the same. And so they're like, oh, why isn't this TV here? And I just remember they would end their end their sentences with A, and that was the only way I could tell, because I'm like, they don't have a thick accent, or at least I didn't think so. But that's probably because I spoke the same way, which of course I don't anymore.
Well, I just think it's funny as all get out that everybody talks about, oh, stereotypes. Well, there's reasons for stereotypes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you hear somebody that actually does something that they're stereotyped for, and you just try not to laugh.
Yeah, and I've actually never been to Canada, and so I make the mistake of telling people, I'm like, yeah, I lived in North Dakota, and I've interacted with those Canadians, so I know pretty much everything. And my brother married one of those, so like, he's got a whole bunch of half-breed children, and but I've never been to Canada. I'm like, I really don't know anything about. It's just north.
God, that's
my impression. It's North Dakota, close. But just bigger.
Yeah. And probably about as cold. So
yeah, for sure.
Aren't you glad to be out of that weather?
Yes. Even with as hot as it's been, even with the blistering heat that we've had here, I would rather be in the desert than in the cold.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just went back to the past. No, I don't want that.
Well, anybody who's elsewhere that's listening, it's been hot.
It has been hot.
And the last few days, we've had a little bit of a respite. We've had some real nice, cool rain.
It's been very nice. Steady really nice. For like the last 3 days. It's been overcast.
Yeah.
And I've loved it.
It just needs to stop raining a little bit, because now I got weeds in my front yard that I had pulled up and taken out of there, and they're all back. So yay.
The survival mentality of the weeds in the desert is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been our state flower.
Yeah, the tumbleweed.
The tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
Those awful things with little goat heads on them that go everywhere.
Did I ever tell you about one of the conversations I had with my parents when I deployed? I would always call back and complain about something, and my mom would always listen. And then finally, at the end of the conversation, she would somehow, I don't know what the right word is, but I'd feel dumb about what I had just said. So one day I call her and I tell her, because this is not the old days, you can actually, I was in Baghdad and I could still call my parents,
Yeah.
So I would call home and be like, it's so hot here. It's like 117 degrees. It's the surface of the sun. I'm dying. I'm at war. Things are really hard. Da, 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 da. And at the end of the conversation, my mom was just like, oh, that's, that sounds so hard. I'm so sorry. Da, 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 da. And I said, wait a minute, how hot is it there? She's like, oh, it's not as hot. It's like 114. I'm like, wait a minute. It's just as hot here as it is in the Middle East. It's just dumb. It gets so hot.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't stop working, because
No.
The Iraqis stop. When it gets so hot, they're like, we're not doing this anymore. We're done. We're not doing this anymore. But we don't do that here. If it's hot, we still do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. We should just stay home.
Yeah.
Get a wet blanket.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's where that phrase comes from.
Maybe a wet blanket's not a bad thing.
There you go.
Sounds like a good thing about now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's hot out. Yep. And that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, okay, Forrest.
Yeah. No.
So what have you been up to? We've been out of touch with you. Well, that's not entirely true, because I've been online stalking you.
There's always that.
Yes.
Right? Keeping in touch.
You've got your podcast going, I know.
So, yeah. So I started a podcast. I think it's been about 2 months now that we've been recording. And I really just wanted to focus on the songwriters and getting more original content out there for the local musicians around here, giving people not only a chance to talk about their music, because they may not have an opportunity to play originals and the kind of venues that we have here in Las Cruces. So giving them an opportunity to talk about it, to actually play their music, and then to be able to have something to put in their press kits. And, if you're putting together an electronic press kit, as a musician, this is, you know, how you book shows, right? You need to
Right.
have something to send to all the venues. It's really nice if you have something that has like quotes and like, this person said this awesome thing about me.
Mhm.
So what you do is you come on the show, right? I say something nice about you and you put it in quotes and you put it on your press kit, and that's how, and then you link everything.
Right.
So, and then if you don't have anything recorded, you got something.
Right.
Now you got something. So, that was kind of like my vision going in. I've really enjoyed it. I've been asking this one question that has been really helpful in kind of discerning where some of the musicians are at in Las Cruces. And the question I've been asking everybody is, what do you think as a music community here in Las Cruces we could be doing that we're not doing? Like, what would you like to see more of? What are changes that you would like to see happen? And that's been an interesting question. I love hearing all the different answers that I've had, and challenging people with that question, because at the moment, I think we have a really great music community. Things are coming back from COVID and there's so much talent here. So like, how do we leverage that, and what do we want to do with that? And right now, we don't really have a collective consciousness about what we want. We're all kind of operating as individuals. And honestly, I think if there was a mouthpiece for the community here, it would probably Barbara Hubbard is our mouthpiece, right? So so I've been asking this question. A lot of different answers I've gotten is that, you know, we need more venues that host original music and songwriters and are more songwriter friendly. Another one that I've heard is like, we need to bring in more festivals to help out the local musicians. Like, we used to have the Las Cruces Country Music Festival, and that used to be like the chance for local musicians to go and shine. But really, there's not many festivals that come in on that scale.
No, that was the biggest one, and I don't know if that's going to come back this year or not, this coming year or not.
No, I don't think so. But I don't know if I really know. I don't know if I know.
I know
my memory is so terrible. I'm like, I don't think so, but why do I think that?
Yeah,
Who told me that?
Last I heard, not 21, but I don't know about 22. I know it was bringing in good money.
It was bringing in a lot of good things. Yeah,
it was bringing a bunch of people that would come down here specifically for it. And you know, you'd end up with people like, I don't know, Frank Ray coming back and playing, so everybody got to see him again,
right? And Bree Bagwell. Yeah.
And local bands.
I got the local stage as well.
I got to meet Austin Van, amazing band from just up north a bit, from right here in this area. Wild Horse, they're awesome.
Yeah.
They did a weird, it wasn't entirely uncomfortable version of Old Town Road. It's a little uncomfortable every time you're in a country crowd and somebody plays that song, because you don't know what people are going to do.
I'm trying to remember how that song goes. That's like a hip hop song, isn't it?
Now it is. Can't tell me nothing. I can't remember it.
Right? I'm trying to remember. Sounds about right.
Yeah, they were classifying it as country at first, and people raised all sorts of grief about that. So they kind of changed that over.
Yeah, I don't even know how you classify country anymore.
It's weird. I would love to do a show where I just break down everything country, but man, it would take forever. Because you have, of course, the Nashville country, you have the Texas country scene, you have the red dirt country scene, which is out of Oklahoma, except some red dirt has now moved over into Texas. There's a real good red dirt station that I've been listening to here lately out of Wichita Falls.
Oh, really?
They call it Texhoma. Okay. So they're mixing it all together. Then, of course, the huge country scene right now is in Canada, of all places, believe it or not. We get back to Canada. And there's some guys that, these are cowboys. And they've got the sound, they've got the style.
They have the flair.
Oh yeah. One of the guys that's big popular right now is called Colter Wall. And I was watching an interview with him where they were talking to some people from the Canadian music scene. They says, we'll have Colter Wall on here in a while. Says, but we called him and he says, I won't be available for the next 4 to 5 months. because he's on a cattle run. He
See,
doesn't.
That's real country
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
he does not wear the hat. he lives the life. So that's all coming in, and there's like 5 or 6 different types of country music up there, and then whatever else this pop country fusion stuff that's going on. Rob Zombie just released his country album. Okay, that last part is a lie. Everything else is true, but
I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I would listen to that.
Yeah, you're about to start looking it up.
Yeah, I was like, shoot, I do have a call to action for you and anybody listening.
Yeah.
I have been in discussion. There might be some opportunities for bluegrass artists or anybody who kind of has a more acoustic sound, looking for like country bluegrass acts. I don't advertise this very much, but I do a little bit of booking work. So if you are a bluegrass musician, your sound is mostly acoustic, or you have a hand percussion, or you have the ability to do that, like your drummer can leave his drum set at home and
Right.
get I know Dave Ferris is insulted anytime I say, I'm like, nah, just leave the drum set and bring like
a cajon or something.
well, I think it's mostly the cajon that he's offended by. It's mostly the cajon.
Yeah,
it's
just
not,
the word, and he goes, I've seen him turn red at the word.
He's like the participation box, you mean? It's like
God.
he gets personally offended by the cajon. But or some sort of hand percussion instrument. I might have some different opportunities for you if that describes you. So if you know some really great country bands or kind of like small acoustic bands, I'm in discussions about some different opportunities that might come up for those types of groups. And as always, if anybody wants to share the music or come on like the podcast and talk about their original work, that those are the types of people I want to be talking to, because I'm very invested in getting the songwriters of Las Cruces heard. And I'm always scheming ways to do that.
Right.
That is my new purpose that I'm chugging. I feel very passionately about that. I think Las Cruces could be a place where you hear a lot more original music. We're doing good, but we could be doing so much more if we did it on purpose. And if we all had a conversation about it, like, oh, what can we do as musicians to help this? And I recently had an interview with Derek Harris, and that was one of the things that he said, like, we need to, and I really enjoyed that answer, because he's right. He's like, if we got together and we made a committee or like a board, and, we did all the boring administrative stuff that I love to do. I love administration, and I love management, and I love talking like
nerd.
I love it. I love it.
Had a cough.
I think that's why in the long haul, my music industry experience is going to be mostly like behind the scenes administration stuff, and a little bit's going to be my Daisy Blue stuff. But I think long term, you're going to be hearing a lot more from my production company than Daisy Blue specifically. Not that Daisy Blue's going away, but I'm invested in getting this songwriters thing up and running and cultivating a place here where we don't have to lose our talent to bigger cities, and people who have their families here can find opportunities here in Las Cruces, because we got the bones for it.
Oh yeah.
We got the bones for it. But yeah, that's my call to action. Anybody who's got a nice little country group, because you mentioned some that I like, Wild Horses. That would be perfect. They would be perfect.
Let me some information. I haven't heard about them playing anywhere lately, but nobody's been playing for a while. And bands
I've been dragging people out of their houses to come to this show. Yeah.
It's been hard for bands to get out. I think Amador Live is probably the best venue that's been doing bands. It's not easy for like a restaurant or a winery to put up a full band. So you're right. And Amador's a really great spot for it. I really want to see that big stage used more often, but it's about cultivating, to get enough people out to be able to make it worth it. They've got to get the word out some more, because I know they're bringing people in. They're just not bringing tons of people in. It's not like, a Blue Moon with their new outdoor patio. they're packing them in very well, but they've got, years of reputation.
I need to go out there. I haven't been
Oh.
out there since they've done all of their new
It's gorgeous
stuff.
Yeah, they changed everything. The outdoor patio is beautiful. The indoor, they have changed the entire look. Everything is like all the pillars are now covered in rock finish. They replaced the bar. They got a hold of someplace that had a bunch of old wood from whiskey barrels, and it was straightened out and turned into a bar. It's beautiful. They've done a huge lot of work in there, and it's a totally different place. And the outdoor area is so open. And the stage, I was out there to see for St. Patrick's Day. Danny Sanchez was playing.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah,
Danny Sanny.
Yeah,
that's what I call him. Yeah,
yeah.
Chocolate bear.
He was out there, and he was playing, and of course he sounds great. And the stage is so huge. He was actually set back, and you had to look up to see him at first. So just the stage is huge, and then the dance area is really nice. So there's that.
I need to go out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also my new addictive place that I've been going to is Amaro Winery just down the road here.
Of course.
They have been changing that place like crazy as they go along.
Oh,
so they put up a cover over the main area to block sun during the day, and they just poured concrete down and put up a dance floor. So that's kind of a cool thing. They're getting ready to put in a mister system. They apparently that got delayed, but it's coming. They've done a good job over there too.
It's really nice. Yeah, I need to go over there for salsa sometime.
Yes,
because they got that new dance floor. Man, yeah, that's where I spend most of my time nowadays. Is Amaro.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's always stuff to do there from.
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
From like Wednesday to Sunday, there's like an event every single.
Yeah,
and I want to do the paint and sip.
Wednesdays tonight is karaoke.
That's right.
Which apparently Dwight Dixon and his wife Lisa are now hosting that. So I promised them I'd go out and check it out.
Yes.
I've only KJ'd for 2 million years, so he says, make sure we're doing it right. It's like, I'm sure you are.
How many hours do you have to have in something before you're considered an expert?
I don't know. I think when you get a little bit suicidal when the thought of doing it again, that may be
that's when
takes.
You know that you're an expert. That's kind of a dark definition.
Isn't it a little bit dark?
A little bit of dark definition of mastery.
And then of course Thursday tomorrow is the open night and the sip and paint.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of cool that it's worked out well having both at the same time. It's everybody seems to get along well. The sip and paint is inside, the open mic is out back, and a lot of the painters after they're done they've been hanging out. It's a nice relaxed atmosphere.
I really want to do the sip and paint. I just need to pick a date and go. It's nice. It's like my dream. I've had 2 dreams this year. One's the sip and paint, and the other is just sitting in a jacuzzi.
Oh,
I know that sounds very simple, but that's been kind of a challenge in the COVID world to find a jacuzzi to be able to sit in. Every opportunity I've had, like every time I've traveled over this last year, all the jacuzzis around the whole world are all down.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a business idea for somebody.
Invite me over to sit in your jacuzzi. Yeah, I'll do both. I didn't really think about combining those 2 things, but
actually 3 things, because sipping is a thing. So it's jacuzzi, sipping, and painting.
Jacuzzi, sipping, and painting.
Yeah.
There you go. Jacuzzi and sipping. No, I don't know. I don't know. Let me drink more. Yeah, let me drink some more coffee. I'll get there.
We'll have to work on that. But yeah.
I should be taking notes. These are all really great startup ideas,
Yeah, you need to come out to the sip and paint and then kind of hang out, because there's somebody that who started performing every once in a while at open mic.
I've been telling there's always something. There's always something on Thursdays, but
yeah.
I think Dwight does an excellent job.
He really does.
He does such a great job hosting.
And he's been getting better and better, because he came into it with this attitude of, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to do my best and I'll get better. I want to make things as good for everybody, and I want to be fair to everybody. And for the most part, he does that. He screws up every once in a while, and then he does what is the most amazing thing in the world. He owns it and fixes it. So,
it's fun.
Oh yeah,
it's really one of the most fun open mics in Las Cruces.
It really is.
It's
and you never know who's going to come out.
Yeah, and they got started before anybody else did.
Yes.
Post pandemic, mid pandemic.
Yeah, the people in charge over there were really on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And man, talk about some of the best service you'll find in town. Amazing, amazing the way they treat people.
Right. So. Amara Winery is not
they should be, huh?
Messaged in part by sponsor this episode. Sponsored. But yeah. Try the Melbeck. But but that's what I've had. That's what I've had going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. First 40 minutes down.
Oh shoot. Or 30, depending on, because we started late.
Time flies when you're having fun.
But yeah, if we're about 30 minutes in, I think you should play a song for us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sit and sip. Oh, okay. So my sister has a comment here.
Oh.
Sit and sip. I like this idea. Come sit and relax in a hot tub and have people bring you cheese and wine. Oh man, that's even better. I didn't even think about having people bring it to you.
Well, yeah.
I was thinking you're going to have to get in and out of the jacuzzi.
Oh, that would suck. No.
I didn't really even think about the repercussions of like sitting.
Yeah.
All right. I have no idea what to play. Da, 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 da. If anybody is out watching the live feed right now, let me know if you have something specific that you want to hear.
Yeah.
And we'll just we'll do that. Let me think. It's funny how I play these shows that are like 4 hours long and I can just keep going and going and going and going and going. And then the second you hand me a guitar in a situation like this, I'm like,
yeah, well,
you have a single
you got a set list that you've been messing with. So you kind of got that in your head. Dwight Dixon was on the show a couple of weeks back. And he was sitting there talking about, I and I know a lot of people that prepare ahead of time says, I figure out what I'm going to sing, just before I do it. I was like, how? Of course, I can't do that because I've got 4 or 5 songs is all I can do. So
you're like, I got my set list down, man. I got it down. I kind of do that same thing. If I have my set list prepared beforehand, the thing is that it changes based on the venue that you're at.
Yeah.
And I've had this, discussion with a couple of different musicians. I am a bona fide people pleaser to my core, and I play for tips. And I apologize if that offends any artist out there. But if you have a request, it does not matter if I like the song or not. I'm going to play your request, and I'm going to try to get as many tips as possible. I'm so sorry.
Well,
I am a capitalist.
I wouldn't worry about it. And any artists that would be offended by that probably are starving to the point that they don't have the energy to be overly offended because they haven't eaten in a while. Sometimes you got to don't forget that whatever you're doing for money, you're doing it for money. It's still, there's the business aspect. Don't deny that part. Unless, of course, you're doing it for free, in which case, God bless you.
Yeah, if you're doing it for free, be as picky as you want to be. But I don't know. I feel like there's always this undefined line that you're walking as an artist, being like, what's selling out and what isn't selling out, and and at some point you do have to sell out a little because you're asking for money for your art. And if you don't ask for money for your art, well, then you're not actually a professional at doing whatever your art is. So anyway, with that said, okay, shoot. See, because I didn't prepare at all. Let me see. So I do have a request. So I'm trying to think of.
Good.
Okay, I think I got it figured out. I know you've been broken. Ooh, that's
I got
hot.
you.
Sorry.
I got you here.
I know you've been broken. I know you've been lost. I know you're still searching. But I paid the cost. You ain't made for this world. This ain't where you belong. My burden is light, but my will is strong. Just follow me. I'll bring you home. You've gone too far from where you're from. Just follow me. I am the truth. Step away from the lies that they're defeating you. I am your shepherd. I'm food for your soul. There is power alone in my name. My story's been told. You hide in the darkness. You think that you're alone. There ain't no evil, sin, or mistake that's above my throne. Just follow me. I'll bring you home. You've gone too far from where you're from. And just follow me. I am the truth. Step away from the lies that they're feeding you. Well, it's not death, a life that you're running from. I've seen your deeds, I know what you've done. It's your shame, not me, that pulls you away. I'd give you eternity. You refuse to stay. My body was broken, my love for you. My blood was shed, and these bones were bruised. But in a beat, I would do it again. Take these words and put them in red, and follow me. I'll bring you home. You've gone too far from where you're from. Just follow me. You know the truth. Step away from the lies. Yeah, you're feeding you, and just follow me. And I'll bring you home. You've gone too far. Don't forget where you're from, just follow me. I am the truth. Step away from the lies and follow me.
Awesome. I love that song.
Thank you. Thanks.
Very cool.
I've retooled that one lately. I've added like an extra bridge to it. I haven't played it enough to remember all the different lyric changes and stuff that I've made. I have like modulations throughout it now. So I'm like, wait.
Yeah, it's fun whenever you sit there and make changes over, and it's like, oh, it doesn't go that way anymore.
Yeah, and because now I'm overthinking it. But yeah, I really like that song. I wrote that song from it's the perspective of Jesus. And when I introduce that song, I always tell, and I love that I can play that song in a bar and people cannot really be paying attention, and they're still like, oh yeah, this is like a blues drive kind of vibe. But I was telling people, some worship songs just don't get to me the same way that blues tunes do. And so when I talk to Jesus, like he is a little bit more upfront. Like I get plunked on the forehead most of the time. I get pruned and it hurts,
Right.
The discipline doesn't feel good. And learning it doesn't feel good. So that's kind of like the perspective that I wrote the song of, like, this is how God talks to me. It's like, hey, you're being dumb. You're being dumb and you're doing this to yourself. But I still love you, and I'll always forgive you, but you're being stupid. And you should know that.
Sounds like any parent. So
yeah. yeah. So thank you, Maggie, for requesting that song.
Yeah,
Shout out
that
to my
was
sister
cool.
Maggie. She's the one that requested that one.
I love
so.
that song. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the first time I
Mhm.
heard you play, I was like, man, that's really good. It's just got that cool earthy blues sound.
You know, and it's been recorded, but now that I've retooled it, I'm gonna have to. I have so much music that's been recorded that hasn't been released because I get this ADD and I work on something else. So, but Xander Stone is who I work with a lot on all this music, and he's probably listening right now, being like, "Well, you should finish all the projects that we've started, maybe, and then actually release them." So,
well,
we'll see.
If you knew how many songs I have that are in the middle of being done, I'm not going to judge you on that ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is cool. Okay, so I made a couple people promises, and I mentioned it to you as well, that it wouldn't just be you playing on the show. It was originally going to be you, me, and BJ all taking turns,
round robins.
But of course, he's not here. So, a nice thing is, I have been hitting my lessons nice and hard. Tell you what, you guys need a guitar teacher. I will tell you, if you can get Damian Luna, he's over the top amazing. It's just amazing to see a guy that you tell him what you want, and he actually listens. It's not like, oh, okay, we'll do that. And then, as soon as you get in there, it's like, no, actually, this is the curriculum, and we're staying on the curriculum. This is the book. He has no book. In fact, for the most part, he gives you music that he makes for you to fit your interest. Poor guy knows virtually nothing about country music. And of course, that's my main thing. So he's had to educate himself. And we've gotten to a point now that he hasn't given me any music in, God, it's been a couple of months. He just says, what are you working on? And we start messing with a song that I've been working on.
That's fantastic. Yeah. That's fantastic. And as a teacher, I know that takes a lot longer.
Yes.
That's a lot more time involved in preparing something.
But I'll tell you what, it also, it makes it easier for the students to stay involved because, yes, I've gone through periods where I've just been so completely frustrated and I've had the thoughts I should just quit, but it never lasts. And part of that is because I'm stubborn as all get out. And part of it is because Damian, he's right there. And he makes it so that, even when you're having trouble, eventually you're going to get to that breakthrough point. And it's like, oh, that makes sense. And now I feel stupid because this is actually easier than I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, it never feels that way, though. It never feels that way until you get there. And you're like, oh, I don't understand why it took me so long to get that.
Yeah.
What are you going to play?
Well, I do have one that I'm going to play here in a little bit that it's my first original that's finished, but I'm not starting with that one because, let's ease in a little bit, tippy toe.
Well, you play the song that you're most uncomfortable with first. And then that way you ease in. That's my strategy. I always play my newest songs first.
I'm comfortable with it. It's just my fingers are not terribly warmed up. So.
Oh, okay. I got you. I don't mean to question your process.
Oh, no, like no big.
Here critiquing you.
So we're gonna start off. I found a Cody Jinks song that I really like, and you want to talk about. I've given up. I can sing other stuff, rock and some pop and metal. That's a whole period of my life. But almost everything that comes out of my mouth tends to come out country in one way or another. So why fight it? I cast no stones. I build no walls. I tell the truth. Truth comes to call, and I try to walk that narrow way. Sometimes I go over the line and I won't make it back till the next day. And I cast no stone. What gives you the right? Tell me my business. Good God, man, you're out of your mind. your Bible. Let me get mine. I'm not dragging the whole world to hell, wasting my time. I don't talk to Jesus as much as I should. I don't read the good book every day like I could. I like to stop at the end of the day, and I pray that I hurt nobody, somebody new found their way. And I cast no stones. What gives you the right to tell me my business? Good God, man, you're out of your mind. So put up your Bible, let me get mine. I'm not dragging the whole world to hell, you're wasting my time. Cast no stones. What gives you the right to tell me my business? Good God, man, you're out of your mind. So put up your Bible, let me get mine. I'm not dragging the whole world to hell, you're wasting my time. Say a prayer for me, brother, and I'll see you on down the line.
Hey, that's a fun song.
Isn't
Who
it?
wrote that one?
That's Cody Jinks.
Oh, okay. You said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of a fun guy. Actually, one of these country guys that started out playing metal for years. He was a metal singer and lead guitarist.
Really interesting.
And yeah, there's been several like that they kind of make the switch. When you deal with heavy metal and you deal with country, a lot of the dynamics are creepily the same.
Well, that's what I immediately thought of Jonathan Minez, because he started out as a metal guitarist and then spent a lot of time in country.
Aaron Lewis, who was with I want to say Disturbed. He was with a major metal band, and now he's a soloist doing country. The very first single he released, he got George Jones to sing with him on that. So that's kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
So yeah, I've been practicing just a tad.
Well, I think it sounds great. It looks like you have we have like a comment on the.
Yeah, you might not want to know this comment.
What is the comment? What is it?
It's from Xander.
Oh no.
Well, you should probably finish all the projects you started. Probably. Wow.
Are you is there a way that we can play like a song from Spotify over the system? Xander just released a song, and I'm like, it'd be fun to pitch it.
Oh God, Spotify.
But we don't have to. We don't have to. I'll just let everybody know that this song, and you can find it under the name Alexander the All Right, and that's All Right spelled with one L, not two. Alexander the All Right, and the song is called ILY, and it is a mad rap beat. It's a rap song. So for those of you who are dying for some rap in the Las Cruces zone, you need to go check it out, especially because getting to hear Xander sing and rap is a rare sight. So
Alexander the what?
The All Right.
All Right.
One L. Yeah, it should be a picture of a dog.
It's a picture of a dog.
Okay.
So
This song is inspired by true events.
I've got two up here that I'm looking at. So which one is it?
It's
Illy and
Illy,
Exoteric?
ILY.
Illy.
Yeah. Okay. This is for all the haters and the lovers. And this is for all your friends and family. And this is for anybody who annoys you. And this is for who else is in your life? Your parent. I think I covered it all. Friends and family, right?
Yeah.
Your friends, your family, your enemies. Yeah. Your haters, your lovers,
your frenemies.
Your frenemies. This is a song for everybody. And
it's for your acquaintances. It's for the people you've never met before.
I challenge you to memorize every single lyric in this song.
Oh, boy.
I challenge you. All right, that's all the lead in I'll give.
What a way to build it up, man. Okay. By the way, this is the first. Yes, I have Spotify on here, but I've never actually used it before. So here's a first.
We'll see how it sounds.
Oh. Hold on a sec while we're going to talk a little bit because
don't have
like
a
everything else
on Spotify.
like everything else, yeah, there's always money issues.
This is when I could do the intro.
Yeah, it's a real great little commercial going on. So I'm not going to share their commercial, but you know, if somebody wants to have their commercial in a spot like this on this show, they can do that. Just get a hold of us, and we are accepting advertising. And with that said,
for a price.
Yeah.
Now enjoy the next 30 minutes of ad-free music.
Thank you. 30 minutes. That's great.
I love you. 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 I love you, I love you. I love you, 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 I love you. I love you, I love you. I love you, 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 I love you. Love you, I 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 love you. I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, 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 I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, 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 I love you. Love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you. Hey. I love you, 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 I love you. I love you, I love you. Yeah. I love you, 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 I love you.
Oh my God. I didn't know you had such a thing for martinis. A whole song about olives? I love you.
Olive.
That was so cool. Oh my God.
He sent that to me so randomly one day. And at first, like the intro faked me out because I thought he was just sending me a voice memo. And then like the production just got more and more and more and more and more. And I'm like, what did you do?
Oh my God. Yeah. There's for something that only has 3 words in it, there's a lot going on. Yeah. Holy crap.
Xander Stone Music.
Yeah.
Artist name's Alexander the All Right. So
yeah.
You gotta send that song to everybody. You're like, hey man, I was thinking about you. Here's a song for you. Yeah. And just be like, just listen to the link. It tells you everything that you need to know.
That's so great.
That world this is what music is all about. That song is making the world a better place a little bit at a time,
Yes.
because there's no way you can listen to that and not smile.
Oh no, there's no.
way.
We're sitting there laughing. That's so good.
Yeah.
Man, and I kind of like those songs where it's like, Illy, and then you're like, oh, okay,
He's like, oh, it's because I love you.
yeah,
I love you. That's a picture of his dog. Bandit is the cover.
cutie. Yeah,
That's cute.
one of my favorite new songs that's come out is a song called Abby. And yeah, Abby, Abby, and he's sitting there talking about, says, you're asking me if there's somebody else in my life, if there's another woman, and he says, yeah, there is, and her name is Abby. Anybody but you.
Anybody but you.
It's a big breakup song. It's a mean breakup song.
Anybody but you.
So yeah, it's kind of cool when you actually have to say, oh wait, those are letters. Okay.
Oh, it's an acronym. Oh,
Yeah.
I get it. I understand now. I understand.
Yeah.
Understand.
Sorry.
Okay, so my sister wants me to play a song. And speaking of Xander, this is a song that we co-wrote together, but I honestly don't know the chords to it, Maggie. I'm so sorry. It's called Any Way You Go. It's also on Spotify, and this is a song that Xander wrote, and he produced it. He did all the stuff for it, and I did the vocals for it, and I helped finish up some of the lyrics and wrote the melody. So it's called Any Way You Go. I don't know if you want to do it on Spotify or if I can find something else to play on the acoustic guitar.
I'm
letting my sister call all the shots. She's blowing up my phone.
What's the easiest way to find it on Spotify? Because like I said,
Daisy Blue.
Okay.
That's my name. And then my picture should show up. And then you press my picture.
I see you.
And then Any Way You Go is like
right
the top one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually the most popular one. Oh, that's surprising to me. Okay. Not that it's not a great. Yeah. Oh, Cashlin's listening. What did she say?
Oh. See, that's the only problem is trying to watch what's going on the screen here and over here. We're slowly working on making things a little bit better as we go.
He's got like 3 monitors in front of him right now. It's actually kind of amusing. And I'm just like, look at that one. Look at that one.
It's getting better. You notice things are getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it looks more slick.
Complex. Yeah,
it's a much more slick setup.
So yeah, Kayshlyn commented, says Illy shows that music is so important, maybe much more so than lyrics. Truly a masterpiece. Oh yeah. And I would argue at the same time that lyrics are very important in that song. I mean, it's fine. It's not a deep message. Big deal. It's an important message.
I think it's the deepest message that you can get, Randy. I just think it's actually the deepest. The more you say it, the more you think about what it means.
Is it even deeper than the first cut? Because last I heard, the first cut was the deepest.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Baby, I know. It was actually, so Cashlin's my niece, and she's actually played a couple shows with me, and I'm highly encouraging her to. She's a beautiful voice. So we're going to start some songwriting projects. You might see a little bit more of her popping up around here. Or at least on the internet, you're going to see some productions coming out eventually. But she was listening to the song from Xander, and at first they have like a big brother little sister relationship, and she's listening to it, and she's like, wait a minute, am I crazy, or is this good? Like, I wasn't expecting this to be good, but all right. Anyway you go.
Yes. And I should have 30 minutes of free of uninterrupted music.
So I can do a little bit more of an intro for this song then. So
they lied to me, first of all. So yeah, go ahead and give an intro, because we're in a commercial again. Stupid Spotify.
I know. I really enjoyed the writing process on this one, because it was for a school project originally, and it was interesting because both Xander and I had different interpretations of what the lyrics meant, and he gave me the lyrics he already had, and he didn't explain like the meaning of what he had in mind. So I got to come up with my own interpretation. So between the two of us, we have like, well, this song means this to me, and this song means this to me, you know. So yeah, I just think that you can derive a couple of different interpretations from it. So
Cool.
any way you go.
Cool.
And it's on
And-
my account. You can find it on Daisy Blue
Yes.
on Spotify and all streaming platforms.
And you're
He
hot.
let me have it.
And you're hot. So if you want, I mean, it's in your mic is hot.
I'm like,
if you-
thanks. I'm wearing Daisy Blue merchandise.
Yes, you
I
are.
have so much merch with me today. I'm really bad at selling my merch, but my merch does help support like me and my business. So if anybody wants to go and buy
Yep.
products,
the cup is cool. The shirt is freaking amazingly cool looking. That's just great.
thanks. It's pretty. And my old shirts were very like clunky and masculine, and so I have a couple of shirts that were designed like specifically for women that are kind of free flowing.
Cool.
And I like them. I'm like, so I like that I enjoy wearing my own merch. Because if I don't want to wear it, then why should anybody else? So I
True.
design stuff that I liked.
Yeah.
So, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. So anywhere you go.
There's no wrong way to reach me. There's no right way to make it easy. Just be good and farewell. In this life you've made without me. When you look down that two-way road and can't tell which way is home, just remember that life's a circle. You'll find me anywhere you go. I have loved you a long time. I know your heart and I've heard your cry. By your eyes you abide. Follow your feet and I'll be by your side. When you look down that two-way road and can't tell which way is home, just remember that life's a circle. You'll find me anywhere you go. When you look down that one-way road and you can no longer roam, in my arms is where you go. When it's time to come back home, when it's time to come back home, when it's time to come back home, when it's time to come back.
That's great.
Thanks.
I'm being real nice and not playing the next song on there because it's my favorite.
Oh, free. Oh, that song's going to make me cry. I'm already getting teary eyed. So I can't play free advice.
Ah,
But that request, that was for Maggie.
that's cool. I like that a lot.
You know, I just, I should know my own songs, but I got spoiled with Xander playing that song for me. That's his guitar on the track. So I need to learn to play it
Cool.
myself.
Well,
I would like for him to come out to my shows and do it with me, but that's
yeah.
not going to happen.
Well, one step at a time.
That's not a good time.
One thing, having BJ co-hosting in here, he's been playing all over the place. I think it started out because there was a shortage of performers, and so they gave him a shot where they normally might not have at as many places.
Mhm.
And he's playing all over the place. He's played at both Les Combs, both here and in Deming.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And his big thing is he carries around with him an old school band music stand, and this big notebook. And his big thing when he was first coming on doing the show with me was sitting talking about how, oh no, I can't memorize. I just can't memorize. I've tried and I just can't do it. Well, now he's been playing regularly, and I noticed that he's pulling his book out less and less and less. So
Hey,
it's just a matter of getting it down. Maybe
getting
one day I'll
into
be able
the-
to do that. But
getting into the grind.
yeah,
I mean, it's not easy. So my dad's playing a show this Friday, Papa Blue at Vintage, and we had our rehearsal last night, and he gets in his head about memorizing lyrics and using the book, and I was just giving him grace about it, because when I was in the Smoking Blue band as their vocalist, I played guitar a little. I was a little bit of a rhythm guitar player, but mostly I was the vocalist. So
Mhm.
I thought that was cool, because the only thing I had to do was memorize lyrics, and I thought that'd be really easy. But most of the time at my shows, I bring my iPad, I take requests. Like I said earlier, I do what I can do to get tips. So I usually have my iPad in front of me. But with the Smoking Blue band, I had a different approach to it, because we had a very firm set, and we didn't take requests as much, and so I didn't bring anything to those shows. So it was really more emphasis to like learn the lyrics and put more effort into the showmanship of like stretching out your arms and pointing at people and looking at people and using the whole stage. And it's not as easy as you think it would be.
no, no.
It's not as easy as you think it would be. And then I think we got more comments coming up too.
Yeah, Xander came back on, says, "Anyway You Go was almost a throwaway project before Daisy got involved." Hey, how about that?
Oh, no, shucks.
You saved it.
Shucks. I'm talking about Xander too much, but he's a quiet guy, and he would never toot his own horn.
Oh,
But
he's
he makes
smart
really
as
great.
hell.
He's so smart.
Yeah,
He's a
I've
behind the scenes kind of guy.
I've had conversations with him on tech that I'm just like, whoa, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah. So Papa Blue,
And he will tell you.
where is he going to be playing?
So he's going to be at Vintage Wines for the Experience Messia Festival.
Mhm.
And he plays from 6:30 to 8:30. He's got the full band with him. So it's going to be a cool night. It's going to be full production. I was looking at his costume yesterday. It's amazing. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Cool. Yeah.
Yo.
And beyond that, we also have Guitar Slim is going to be playing at Rio Grande Winery this Saturday at 5.
Nice.
He's fun. He's really fun, especially when you get to talk to him and realize how shy he is until he gets that guitar going. Yeah, I
always get shocked when I meet those really talented people, and they're just like, oh shucks. Chris Smith is one of them too.
Do you know how many times I had to meet Guitar Smith and talk to him before he'd actually Guitar Slim before he'd actually look me in the eye? He looks down when he talks to you until he gets comfortable, and it takes a while to get comfortable.
You should have him on.
Yeah, I would love to get Chris Smith back on. I'm hoping that I'll get a call this year for the car show at End of the Mountain Gods, because we do that together. IMC and he the Rockabilly Strangers play. So yeah, and it's since we've gotten to know each other, it's made it so much more fun, because we kind of just play back and forth with each other. He's up top, I'm down below, and we're just going back and forth over the mics, and it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Repartee.
Music Tanya is going to be playing at Amaro Winery this Friday at 7:30. I don't know who they are. That could be something interesting. I like new stuff, and there's a bunch of new acts that are out here that I still haven't heard them yet, but we're getting there. CL Smith is playing at Icebox Boneyard this Saturday at 6. If you haven't been to Boneyard, you need to go to Boneyard. It's very cool. It's entirely decorated inside Day of the Dead. It's very neat.
It's got a really fun vibe in there.
Mhm. Oh,
It's
yeah.
a really fun vibe, and they have food.
Oh yes. Yeah, full kitchen, because that used to be the Dragonfly restaurant.
Right.
So yeah, they're utilizing that kitchen, and their stuff is good. It's really good.
So I've been working a lot with the Icebox lately because they sponsored quite a few episodes of the podcast that I've been doing.
Mhm.
And I forget what episode is it, if it's number 4 or 5, you get to hear an interview from Garrett, the head brewster, and he talks about the origins of
yeah.
the Monster Cookie and of the Monster Cookie brew, which is our favorite.
Yes.
Which is our favorite brew.
By the way, I still have 4 cans sitting in my fridge right now.
That was genius. That was genius.
Yes.
The cannery is like a whole
It's
different ball game now.
Yeah, it changed everything.
Yeah. I'll stock up on the Monster Cookie next year for sure.
Yeah. It's a little bit expensive until you realize what you're getting, because each of those cans is a quart. So they're not tiny. So
that's already a high in alcohol content percentage.
Oh
for
yeah.
the Monster Cookie.
I think that's pretty close to a 6% beer that they have.
Yeah.
But it is so good. It's definitely the best.
It's the best. I've been enjoying their sour wit, but and anyway, each one of their locations has like a whole different vibe to it. And so like the Boneyard Cantina is more like I want something. I had like their deep fried rolled tacos.
Yes.
So they're like almost egg rolls, but they're actually tacos. And yeah, I thought it was really yummy. And I still haven't been over to the one on 70. So
I haven't either. It's a little close to somebody I used to be married to. So yeah,
that I used to know.
Yeah.
No, you're just
You don't get that close to ground zero, you know. CM Adams and the 3W band is going to be playing at Dry Point Distillers this Friday at 5:30. And speaking of Icebox, the Picacho location is going to be having their July 3rd bash. Last I saw, they didn't have any bands up, although it was going to be several bands, and they still don't have them up there. But they will be having food truck specials. They're going to have new merch out for their stuff, live music all day, and they'll be doing double cornhole tournaments. That sounds really painful, but could be fun.
Double cornhole. I know several people that have trained heavily on cornhole. So
it's going to be a huge thing. And of course, also with the Experience Messia Music Fest, Acoustic Algorithm is going to be performing at NM Vintage this Saturday at 5:30. Cooper is going to be at Luna Rosa Saturday at 6.
Oh, I think that's I use this term like ours and yours a lot. I'm like, oh, I think that's our Cooper.
Yeah,
I think that's Cooper Velazny, right?
Yes,
okay,
yes, it is.
Okay, he gets mixed up a lot of the time with CW.
Yeah. It's
because they're both Cooper.
I wish they wouldn't refer to CW as Cooper, because it's confusing to me, and I've got to be like, what? No,
his stage name is CW.
Yeah.
His stage name is CW.
Dallas David Ochoa is going to be playing at Salud de Messia on Saturday at 5:30.
No doubt.
Yeah, you're basically going to have to choose who you want to see.
Boy. I mean, all these guys are my boys.
Oh, yeah. Travis James Manning at somewhere this Friday at 5:30.
The same. All the posters.
Yeah, he didn't actually put. Oh, there it is. It's at Salud de Messia. Friday at 5:30. It didn't come up right away on the main thing. Jamie O'Hara is going to be playing at NM Vintage Market Saturday at 2:30. That's Market, not the winery. So yeah, they're going to be double teaming that.
They have gelato there now.
Yes.
I don't know if you have, and they do like floats and stuff.
I've heard. I haven't been there, but yeah, I've heard. I've driven by.
Yeah, it's podcast episode there. I'm like that. That's the only reason why I go anywhere is because I'm doing the podcast. It's like my whole existence now. But it's been really awesome going to all these different venues. But that was one of them.
Well, and Vintage Market is on the way to Spotted Dog. Just say it. I don't have a problem.
I pass it on the way to Spotted Dog.
CL Smith will be at Les Combs Winery and Bistro here in Las Cruces Friday at 5:30. Chris Baker is going to be performing at Amador Patio Bar and Grill tomorrow at 8. Jamie O'Hara NM Vintage Market. That's the same thing. Never mind. Trio is going to be at the Game 2 Saturday at 7 o'clock. and that's of course MFB with Jamie O'Hara. They come out and play every once in a while at the open mic at Amaro, and they get to go, and they really get to going. They kind of get in that zone. Oh man, yes. And you don't see his name too often these days, and it's always good to see. Yesterday's Fable is going to be at La Posta de Mesilla this Friday at 5:30.
Hey,
He's awesome. I love that guy, and yeah, he does several songs that they just get stuck in my head, and it's like, oh, I got to hear him again and again.
His original tunes.
His original tunes, yeah.
I need to have him on too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a blast.
You need to have him on here too.
Yeah, I've talked to him. It just hasn't worked out yet, but yeah, that's the
timing.
plan. Yeah.
No doubt.
Jamie O'Hara is also going to be at Josefina's Old Gate Sunday at 11:30.
Where is Josefina's New Gate? I've been looking for that for.
Actually, they're not telling anybody where the new gate is because they're afraid that it's going to get all fingerprinty with people touching it and messing it up.
Okay. Just go to the old gate.
Just go to the old gate. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's see. Ted Scanlon and the Desperados is going to be at Rio Grande Winery this Friday at 5. Steppin' Up is going to be at Rio Grande also Sunday at 4. I don't know who Steppin' Up is.
I can't think of any funny jokes. No, I don't know either. I don't know either.
Here's another name we haven't heard in a while. Allison Reynolds is going to be at Don Felix. That'll be Saturday at 11 a.m.
The world is returning.
Yeah.
The world is returning.
Trio is going to be at Don Felix Friday at 5:30. Eric Acosta and friends at Dry Point Distillers Saturday at 5:30. And
That's one of my homies.
TJM is going to be playing at Palacio Bar tomorrow at 5. Palacios is open after months of wondering if they'd ever be opening their doors again. They are back open and in business.
I feel kind of emotional about this.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those places that that place opening back up feels like things are returning back to normal.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, I would drive by them every time I go visit my folks, and I'd see these signs that would show it lists the month and says we're closed. List the next month, we're closed. And after a while, it just said we're closed with no month, and I started getting really nervous. I'm like, does that mean they're giving up? Well, they have reopened. It's Palacios is has been here forever.
Mm-hmm.
Family-owned business. The man that owned it, he died, and his wife took over, and she's got her family working in there with her, and some really good help with the bartenders and stuff. I have DJ'd weddings and such in their back room, which is really, really nice. If you want to play a venue for an event, it's a really nice area back in there.
Okay.
They built that out from nothing. It was originally their outdoor patio, and then it was their semi-enclosed patio, and then they completely walled the thing in and put a roof, and it's really nice, and it's good for weddings and stuff because they get little twinkly lights up in there, and it's nice.
Nice.
However, I had one of the weirdest experiences DJing there. That there was a boxing match with one of our boxers down here from New Mexico, and because it wasn't being broadcast where they could see it, I was actually on Twitter following some people that were watching the match and tweeting about it, and I would break into the wedding every once in a while with updates about what the scoring was, who was where in the different rounds. It was a weird wedding.
That's hilarious.
Let's see. 2 Hours Too Late is going to be playing at Dry Point Distillers this Sunday at 3:30. And oh my God, what are they doing? Amador Live's Main Stage Mayhem. Oh my God.
It's too bad no one's gonna go to that because everyone's gonna be at Vintage at the Papa Blue gig.
That is true.
Sorry, Amador. I'm sorry we're taking all your customers.
Although
the show's like a conflict of interest for me. Why are we advertising all this other stuff?
You can finish up with Papa Blue and then head over.
Yeah, I just need you to plug my events.
Yeah. Amador Live actually goes Friday from 7:30 to 11:30. They go a little later than any other venue.
Oh, yeah.
Rewind, Fusebox, Britney's Rage, You're the Alibi. I think this is mainly
I feel like this is like rock and
metal,
roll.
yeah. So
rock, the key of rock.
Rewind is a dance band out of El Paso. Yeah, I don't know. They get a bunch of artists that I don't recognize. And a bunch of them are local or semi-local that they're just up and coming. Mad Ones are at what is that? That's a play. Yeah. Rio Grande Theater is open. Friday at 7 until 9. They're doing the Mad Ones if you're more into something a little bit differently. The Mad Ones is it's based on something. It's based on an idea by a couple of people, Brie Loudermilk and Kate Kerrigan. So I don't know who they are. They're local people, but the theater is opening up as well. I mean, not just the movie theater, but the theater.
I have not been to the theater in a minute. I've been noticing there's like a shoot.
Hey, there we are.
Oh, wait, sorry. I opened up YouTube and I made a mistake. I was just trying to see what the comments are, but I'm not going to be able to do that.
We've got one more from Xander. Says, "Welcome back, Cooper."
Oh, yeah. He just came back from like a year-long tour overseas. So.
Okay, well, that's why we haven't heard from him. Okay.
Yeah, it's, there's some people that it tends to be a little quieter when they're not around. So it's really obvious when they come back. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go through it real quick. There's a bunch this weekend. Oh my God.
Lay it on me.
Footprints. Don Felix Cafe this Sunday at 2. Jim Carlisle Experience Messiah Sunday at 3:30.
Very sweet man.
Derek Lee Group at NM Vintage Wines Sunday at 3:30. Jason Chaffee is going to be playing at Luna Rosa Friday at 6. Guitar Slam. Really? Los Cacahuates is coming in. They're going to be performing at Spotted Dog Saturday at 5:30.
That's your jam.
Yeah, it's a totally different type of sound. It's a good sound. Fanny Pack Brothers are going to be here Saturday at 6 at Les Combs.
That makes me very happy.
I've heard really good things about him, but I haven't had a chance to hear him yet.
So, yeah, that's Skeevy and Isaac. Yeah.
And Skeevy's a blast.
Skeevy he's an entertainer. But, yeah, we haven't had him on the show in a really long time.
I know. Well, he normally doesn't want to come on by himself. He wants somebody with him. Yeah. Maybe he'll relax a little bit. One thing for sure, this is a much more relaxed atmosphere than most shows have. So.
Let it be noted that we said that Skeevy needs to freaking relax.
Yes.
Anybody that hears it, let him know.
He gets a little tense.
Relax, man. Relax.
When he's doing music, man, he's right there. He's fine, but yeah, he gets tense otherwise. Acoustic Algorithm is going to be playing at Hacienda de Macias Sunday at 11 a.m. That's kind of ritzy.
Well, they don't have too many band shows together coming up, so I would take advantage of this one because you're not going to see too many other shows of theirs.
Right.
So I would go.
Yeah. And BJ Ramirez is scheduled to play at the Bean this Saturday at 11. I don't know if he's going to be back in time for that. Still trying to get a feel for what's going on. I don't want to intrude too much, and they've got a family emergency they're dealing with. So I think things have kind of calmed down. Things are okay, but I don't want to push him for stuff that is not as important as family.
Right.
Aaron Bent is going to be playing La Posta Saturday at 5:30, and Salsa Dance Party Amaro's with their new dance floor that they've just poured Saturday at 7:30. I know somebody who wants to go to that.
I want to go to that. I want to go. If only someone would come with me.
I love salsa. Was so much fun. I've danced at some. I used to DJ a deal that they did where we had a bunch of the dance students from NMSU that came out, and it was just a blast. And those kids, first of all, not knowing what they wanted to play, I just went and talked to them and became their best friend because of that. Because I paid attention and would play what they'd want. And every once in a while I'd throw in a song that was not one of theirs that they knew. And they'd be like, what is this? What kind of dance is this? And I says, figure it out. I'm not telling you, figure it out. And they hated it at first. They hated it because they'd been taught a certain way.
Mhm.
You know, we'll show you what this song is, and that's the sort of dance that you'll do to it. And they had to sit there and figure it out. And you'd see them; they'd be out there a little bit clumsy at first, and then they'd figure it out, and then they were loving it because here's a new song that they didn't learn in a class, and they could still dance to. So I miss that.
That's real. That's real world
Yeah.
dancing, my
Mhm.
friend. You can dance if you want to.
Is it safe to dance?
It's safe to dance.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Well, that's good to know. What is this? Real life kids totally 80s vacation Bible school. Okay.
Oh my Lord.
It's
Where is this happening?
I know, a real life church at 1040 El Paseo Road.
Oh, that looks
Yeah,
amazing.
the whole display on it is
Yes.
so 80s colors. It's all neon yellows, pinks, and blues.
Would it be creepy if a 31-year-old woman showed up? I'm here for Bible school.
I don't know. They write on this says our real life kids ministry is going totally 80s for Vacation Bible School this year, and registration is now open. We'll be back in person and even have online options for you to attend as well. We are so excited to bring the good news of Jesus to our children, and we know that they'll have an amazing time developing a growing and lasting relationship with him this summer. Registration deadline is June 13th. So why am I reading this? Available for kids who've completed kindergarten, up to those who've completed 5th grade this year. You'll have to pretend to get into this one.
Well, I think it sounds really sweet.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
There's a donation area at the church for making monetary donations, but I don't see anything about price. I don't think there's a price for it. I've been to vacation Bible schools before. Some were cool, some were very uncomfortable. It just depended on who was doing what.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
But never an 80s vacation Bible school.
No, I've never seen a theme like that.
No.
That could be kind of fun.
Have you ever heard of Bible Man?
No.
Oh my Lord. Okay, I've never actually seen a full episode of this show, but if you just love cheesy, weird Christian things, then that's freaking right up your alley. I don't know. It's a Superman, and his superpower, I guess it's just like quoting the Bible a lot, I guess. But it's amazing. It's the costume of this guy. He looks like Captain America, but he's Bible Man.
Okay.
I just
That'll be worth checking out.
yeah, it's good. I promise you. You'll like it. I'm not sure if anybody else is going to be like on board with it, but
Oh, who knows?
really, yeah.
You may be
really
starting a
fun.
new fad here in town. I don't know.
Yeah. So Maggie's still listening. Get the kids and watch Bible Man.
Yeah.
Get the kids and watch Bible Man. They can take a break from the office for a minute
Oh my God.
and watch Bible Land. You can put down the Twilight books and the Harry Potters and go watch Bible Man. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? Learn
works for
about
me.
Jesus. How about that?
Yeah.
How about it? I don't know if you can hear me. I was kind of leaning back.
Not something
I was getting relaxed.
not something mythical like sparkling vampires. No such thing as sparkling vampires.
Oh, okay.
So,
you
yeah.
better watch because my niece is listening and
Come on,
she
come
will go fisticuffs with you.
Come on, I'll bring
She
it.
will go fisticuffs. she's educated on the world of Stephanie Meyer's vampire. Yeah.
If you want to do something that's not music oriented specifically, July 3rd, Apodaca Park, starting at 8 p.m. We do the Electric Light Parade every year out here. The reason it's at 8 p.m. is because everything's darker. All the floats lit up. They do full lighting on these things, and
Electric parade.
it's kind of a neat thing. So it's the same thing as a regular parade with floats and all, except it's done in the dark. So you've got, and there's
That
some people
actually
do some
sounds
amazing light
kind of
stuff.
nice. That sounds
Yeah.
kind of nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there'll be be a lot of people out there. I'm thinking because we're doing something new.
I think you got BJ on the.
Hey, BJ did come up. Says good morning. I will be back next week. Awesome. I was going to ask if you're going to be back next week because we have a game to play. I don't
And
know.
I'm not going to be here for it. But
I don't know how
support
this
you
is gonna
guys
go.
playing. Yeah.
Hey, I'm up to trying something new. I'm all for it. We'll probably be
Have
moving
we
to a
already
different room.
we talked about that at the beginning of the show, right? The Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
That wasn't before we started recording.
Yeah,
was
it was at the very beginning of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be trying Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know how this is gonna work, but
I still think you guys should show up in costumes and get just dress up like a wizard. Like you can't go wrong with that, right?
no, yeah, I'll just pull out one of my wizard costumes from my closet.
The
The scary thing is,
thing
you're not sure.
He's not being sarcastic. That's not.
You're not sure if I have one or not.
I believe from the bottom of my heart. Look at the room that we're sitting in right now, Randy.
Oh yeah.
Of course you have a wizard costume in your closet. What? Who am I talking to right now?
Well,
Come
then,
on. Come on. You have a picture of the Last Supper with aliens
uh-huh.
up on your wall here. What you don't think that I think that you have a wizard costume laying around here that you can throw on?
Oh, the funny thing is,
of course you do.
funny thing is, you'd
Of
actually be
course
wrong
you
because
do.
I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
You have some sort of hat that can pass as a wizard hat.
Well, I've got a beer hat
You
up
have a
there on the
beer
wall.
hat. You don't have a cape. You're telling me you don't own a cape?
Well, I'm not saying I don't own a cape.
Huh. I don't know what you mean by that. I feel like I'll get that on the drive home.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, that's what he meant.
Oh, I've got several capes.
Oh,
They're
the
just attached to
cape.
different sort of outfits. So, hey, one of my have
I'm
decided.
shocked that you don't have a wizard costume.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
I've got one outfit. I'm not sure I want people to know because either I'm going to wear it for as cosplay to some convention somewhere, or I'm just going to take up fighting crime at night. In which case, I don't want anybody to know I own it. So,
If it's the Green Lantern, I'm not surprised. And I'm looking out here beyond this room, and there's actually like a Wolverine hook on the, what do you call the Wolverine?
oh, the claws.
The claws,
Yeah.
the Wolverine claws are out there on the wall.
Yeah, I've actually got a pair of Pantera. That's where you're holding onto the blades through like a knuckle grip. So yeah,
Can I
it's
put
weird.
this thing on? Can I get the beer hat?
Of course,
Okay. I don't think
you would make me so happy.
I don't think anybody understands what we're dealing with here. So if I'm asking, I do not think that I'm asking too much. I'm not. The fact that I
Oh,
want
good
you
luck.
guys to wear costumes to this Dungeons and Dragon thing.
Well, I don't know about costumes, but I'm going to be doing something different to my hair in the next couple of days.
That's very exciting. What
So,
color are we going with?
Oh, what color do you think?
I'm thinking green.
But it's a different one than what I did the last time around. So yeah,
Okay.
I went to the
Glow
store.
in the dark.
No, it's actually designed specifically for dark hair, so I don't have to bleach my hair first.
Okay.
So we'll see what the color turns out like. It's supposed to be really dark green. I went to the store and I bought some brown hair color just in case, because if I get like, oh, I don't know, a job interview, I'll need to change my hair back really fast.
Just go in with a beanie and
Yeah.
and just be like,
Yeah, because
sup.
that's a good look for a job interview is wearing a beanie. I'm
Yeah.
better off with the green hair.
Better off with the green hair. Sup.
BJ also says, thanks for filling in, Daisy.
Oh, of course. We miss you, BJ.
I know he wanted to be here for this. It was going to be all three of us just hanging out,
Yeah.
and it didn't quite
Round
work out that
robin.
way. He also says, oh no costume. Watch, he's going to show up. He's going to have a wizard outfit he shows up in.
BJ, just show up in the costume. Why is everybody against costumes? I was just having this conversation with Xander the other day. We were invited to a pub crawl, and I was like, "Oh, what costumes are we gonna wear?" And he was like, "Why would we wear costumes?" And I'm like, "Psst, "What kind of question is that? Like, of course we're wearing costumes. It's a pub crawl.
Yeah.
Duh. Of course we're wearing costumes." I have a cape, by the way. It's
Cool.
blue. And I have a crown. That might be what I wear. So everybody else can suck it. And if you see me riding around, going pub to pub with a velvet blue cape, then you know
Cool.
where I am and what I'm doing.
Works for me.
Anyway.
I have a black cape, but it's tied to a Batman costume, so that doesn't work.
Okay, there goes the mystery there.
Yeah.
There goes the mystery.
Yes. One of these days, I'll get back to a convention. We actually last weekend had the Comic-Con in Albuquerque that I didn't know about until the last minute. And I'm just like, but why would I want to go? They had no names of anybody I wanted to see. Their big name was the guy that played Zach on Saved by the Bell. I'm like, really?
That doesn't make you want to go.
Yeah,
Then I don't know what does. Sorry, now I'm just looking at all the stuff in your room. Speaking of Comic-Con.
Oh, there's so much. And this is only one of the rooms, so
there is like a little action dude. And I'm putting these two things together. Maybe they're not connected, but it looks like what I think is Simon Cowell.
Imagine that.
Like a bobblehead of Simon Cowell standing next to the Doctor Who's TARDIS. Yeah, I was gonna say police call box, but I'm like, is that really Simon Cowell? It looks like Simon Cowell. It is Simon Cowell.
It is not only Simon Cowell, as I'm speaking really loud.
It's not only is it signed by Simon Cowell? Is that what's going on?
No. Let me get my headphones back on so I can hear what I'm doing here.
So you can see what you're doing.
Oh, wait. I've got.
That's what I would have said.
There's only two. of us,
there's.
There we go. Okay, so
audio person's life. Like, wait, which headphone?
Oh, never mind. His batteries are shot.
He sounds just. Is this Simon Cowell or is this Donald Trump? Terrible. He sounds absolutely awful. The worst. The worst.
I got to replace batteries in him, I guess.
There's a story here. How do you? Who has a Simon?
I don't know. I saw it and just had to grab it. And the thing is, he has some of the worst insults on this thing.
The best insults, you mean? That's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame.
So you just have him here to like that he's here. I don't know if you work the same way I do, but I'm driven. My biggest motivational tool on this planet is spite is what I was going to say. So if I have somebody talking smack, then I'm like, you know what, you little.
Oh, he's a perfect one for that.
So he's here to inspire you.
He would say stuff like, that is absolutely pathetic.
There you go. Absolutely pathetic.
No, my newest little friend is my new Batman Funko, which he's holding a rock guitar. We showed that on the show a couple of weeks back, and it's like the coolest thing ever.
Hold on. Just in case you missed it. Just in case. Oh, there's like
I love that.
He's dancing.
Yeah. Definitely a headbanger.
Also check out the merch.
Yes. And BJ commented, says that hat makes Daisy irresistible to every man here in Missouri.
Sorry, fellas. Sorry. You can look, but you can't touch. This is so cute.
Isn't it? Yeah. He's even holding a pick.
Oh, he is. And the pick is on fire.
Uh-huh.
Because he's playing such sick jams on his guitar.
Right.
On his axe. So, and he has chains for the straps. So that's fun for everybody. That's a fun day for
Oh yeah.
I don't care who your mom is. That's
what I call a second date.
There's children listening. Okay. So.
Oh, they won't. Yeah. So, since Batman's playing some sick jams and you haven't played in a bit, I think it's time for you to play a sick jam.
Another song.
Yeah.
Another song. Okay.
I'm not going to miss out on a chance of getting you to play.
Okay. So, I think I played this last time. But so I don't know. Oh, let me put on. Oh, it probably needs to be tuned a little bit. Yeah, it's a little out.
It happens.
Is there a tuner in here?
Yes, turn it up. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, this is normally. I have things that I normally say while I tune. I look down and I forget all of my jokes, and I'm like, wait, this is a great time to tell a joke to keep the audience engaged. And I've been saying this one over and over again, but I do have a vegetable joke. Do you want to hear it?
Of course.
I don't know. It's a little corny.
It's bad.
Your response was the best. Just total silence and being like,
Oh, you missed the look on my face.
oh shoot. Oh.
Yes, I will be restringing this very shortly.
This guitar sounds great.
Yeah.
So there it was.
I've got some pins to replace at the bottom to make it work a little bit better. When I restrung it, the sound that one string gives me some trouble.
Do you have a kapoo?
Yes. You're gonna have to vamp for a couple of seconds.
Oh no. What am I gonna do? I'm so terrible at vamping. I can't just pull stories and entertainment out my rear end. That is not a skill that I have. Okay, all right. Since I have children I'm related to, young adults that I'm related to who are listening. Y'all, I'm debating playing one of my more serious tunes that I know that my sister who's listening hasn't heard, so I was debating on explain why you have a crown and a cape. No, I like the idea of people not knowing why I have those things readily available. Thank you. So
it would normally be in here, but I've actually been playing with my capo for the first time ever. I'm at a point that I feel comfortable enough to mess with it a little bit. And I was messing around with some Tom Petty songs, some of which are very high. Free Fallin', to play that one, you need to put the capo on the 8th fret. Which means my fingers are so fat, it's hard to get the fingering right.
because the
It's
further
so
down the
close.
neck you go.
Yeah.
I'm debating which song to play.
Uh-oh.
And I was thinking about doing the tree song, the one that I wrote about being too lazy to throw away my Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Or Just Like Me, which I know is that's one of my favorites.
I love that song.
I think I'll do Just Like Me. I mean, the tree song's funnier.
You
but what are you gonna do?
kind of kicked me in the gut the first time I heard Just Like Me.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah. Well, it's meant to do that, and man, you're like, oh, this is kind of sweet, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, this is kind of harsh.
I have feelings.
Yeah.
Wait, I have feelings. Okay, I'll do Just Like Me. So in the introduction I always say for this song is it's about my cat who rules my whole world. Mm-hmm. She wakes me up in the middle of the night and she asks me for food and she tells me that she needs to go outside. I mean, she's not actually saying any of this, but I can speak. Einstein is her name.
Yeah.
And she annoys me and she has me wrapped around her paw. But the only reason that she yells at me so much in the middle of the night is because she's lonely. Mm-hmm. And don't we all get a little lonely sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
So you could say she's just like me. And that's the start of our journey together on this song. I got a little kitty cat, her name is Einstein. She's got a milk mustache of fur, I think is mighty fine. I got a little kitty cat, her name is Einstein. She sleeps all day, then she keeps me up all night. Because she cries, she cries, she cries. She cries, she cries because she's lonely, just like me.
got a chunky little nephew, his name is Henry. He's got curly red hair and short-term memory. I got a chunky little nephew, his name is Henry. He won't let me help him put his shoes on right. And he tries, and he tries, and he tries. He tries, 'cause he's still learning. Just like me. The sun goes up and it goes down, the world keeps spinning around and around. Sun goes up and it goes down, the world keeps spinning around and around. I got a stubborn, prideful man, I know who loves me. He's too afraid because he isn't ready. I got a stubborn, prideful man, I know who loves me. Keeps acting like he's not worth the fight. But he lies, he lies, he lies, he lies, he lies, 'cause he's still hurting. Just like me. Just like me. Just like me. Just like me. Just like me.
God, I love that.
Thank
I love
you.
that.
Thank you.
BJ commented, says Daisy has to let me do her nails.
Yeah. Well, the last person that did my nails was my sister, but BJ was the person before that.
Yeah.
I never get my nails done. So
And
BJ, I would love.
he's amazingly good at that. And if you want to get a hold of him to do nails, as I have his card right here.
Oh, there you go. Well, what does the card say?
It says that you can find him on Facebook and Instagram, BJ Ramirez. Yeah, I'm getting older. BJ's Nail Designs at gmail.com, or go to www.bjsnaildesigns.com. Yeah, his Facebook and Instagram is both at BJ Nail Designs. So he kept it nice and simple. And if you want a phone number to call him, 575-405-8643. And of course, he won't be able to get you in there this week, but he can get you in. And if you got an idea what you want, he can always do whatever you want. If you don't, just let him look at them and come up with something.
Yeah, he'll give you an idea.
He's kind of cool that way. And
look at his Instagram. That he has all the portfolio of his work on there, and you can see. I have my photo somewhere. I got you to get this for no reason. Sorry.
And you had your nails done, and that color stayed on for forever.
It did. Until the nail grew all the way out.
It was a tough finish on that. So
it was.
You're not getting a cheap job from him.
No, I'm gonna sidestep some dirty jokes that I just thought of.
That involved never mind.
high quality. It's all high quality. They survived all the rounds of fisticuffs that I've been in, and
yeah, clawing yourself up the musical ladder.
That's right. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of cat fights. You need good nails for some cat fights, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Except none of my cat fights are with women, so
Hey, some of those men can be just as catty.
Just as catty. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right.
So
Okay. I give this back to you.
there is a song
In your heart.
that I was very happy that you were going to be on the show because you saw the words, the original words.
Okay.
Way back.
Was this like an icebox?
No, this was like a meeting that we had, a lunch meeting where we were discussing what we wanted to do with the radio station.
Yeah.
And after it was over, you were looking at some of the stuff I'd written in my book. And I'd started on a song that, quite frankly, a few lines survived. A lot of it just got thrown away and redone differently. But the title remains the same, and it's something that you saw when I was not even sure what I was doing with any of it. I didn't even know why. I still don't really know why I'm writing song lyrics. Never have before, but they've been coming out for the last almost 2 years now. Pretty solid. But I wrote a song, and thanks to Damian, he helped me finish out some dynamic stuff that I wasn't quite sure of. And I apparently surprised him with some of the stuff that I knew intuitively just by messing with it. So
Nice.
it's been kind of a neat thing. But the title stays the same. It's 100 Miles From Now.
Okay.
And I've played this at open mic a little bit, and those poor people, every step of the way as I've been like, oh, that didn't work, but they've been really nice.
That's what open mic's for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been really cool about it. So yeah. So the first time I'm doing it on the show, and I made sure to send a message to JR Sandoval because he was down here a few months back and told me, he says, when you play on the show, make sure to let me know so I can listen. So, oh yeah, absolutely. Of course, you can listen anytime because it is stored on YouTube on our channel, our Enchantment Broadcasting channel. So
Enchantment Broadcasting.
Yeah. And of course, if you go there and you subscribe and hit that bell, you'll get notified every time that we're doing a new show. I can't stand the pain. It's staying here. Oops, hold on. What did I just lose?
You just lost your pick? Is that what happened?
Are you still hearing sound from the headphone?
I am.
Oh, my headphone. I was like, oh crap! This sounds like crap now. Yeah, my headphone came loose.
It sounds good to me though.
Okay.
So you're good.
So let's go again.
Okay.
I can't stand the pain that staying here brings. Feels like I'm dying inside. Our love is gone, we've done all of those strings, and this emptiness just won't subside. Does that sound weird? Hold on a sec. Since this is my original, I kind of want to get it right. So
Yeah, for sure. The
Okay.
unfailing.
You know what? I got to do new strings on this really soon. There we go. Yeah, you can hear it pop every time that I
You
hit
know
some of
how
this.
I have a trick for remembering all the strings. I forget what you call one of those like memory devices.
Mnemonics?
Yeah, mnemonic devices. It's
Mhm.
Elvis ate donuts. God bless Elvis.
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, my dad came up with that, and it stuck with me every time. Like, what string am I on? Okay, Elvis ate donuts. God bless Elvis. Okay.
Okay, now
So
this.
the bless was messed up. It sounded like
Yeah,
the bless string.
that's cool though. Okay, this sounds right now.
Okay.
See. I can't stand the pain. Stay mixing myself as I go. In 100 miles from now, will this emptiness start to die? Maybe I can breathe again and sell myself online, forgetting a little who I've been and kissing this whole life goodbye. Will I ever be able to close my eyes and not see your tear-stained face? That memory that marked party minds always remain my disgrace. Maybe I'll find a life I can rewrite if I get on out of this place. In 100 miles from now, will this emptiness start to die? Maybe I can breathe again and tell myself on the line, forgetting a little who I've been, kissing this whole life goodbye. The sun will go down so that I can see. Is that ribbon of blacktop in front of me? Lights of home, a fading memory. Just the hum of the engine to keep me company. In 100 miles from now, will this emptiness start to die? Maybe I can breathe again and tell myself on the line, forgetting a little who I've been, kissing this whole life goodbye. Maybe I can breathe again and tell myself on the line, I'm forgetting a little who I've been, kissing this whole life goodbye. I can't stand the pain that staying here brings.
Let it ring out. Hey!
Ooh, hope that sounded better to y'all than it did to me. Every chord sounded like crap to me.
I think that's a really cool melody that you came up with too. I'm really excited for that one as it progresses.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the first thing that I actually followed through on and finished all the way through. So.
Yay!
And I thought that I really like the idea of you getting to hear that because, you know, you did read it before it was anything.
So, and that one's called 100 Miles from Now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what 100 miles from now being like when I move forward, right?
Yeah. Or away.
There you go. Yeah. 100 miles from now. Is it a time? Is it a place? Is it a location?
Yeah.
You know, I like that. I think that's a good lyric. 100 miles from now.
So yeah, I had fun with that. And I've got some other stuff that not all of it is so downer.
Mm-hmm.
just got to get it all together. You heard the very first song that I ever wrote and played, and it was not a serious playing song. But yeah, the whole Tiger King song during the lockdown.
That's right. Yeah, that's when I was calling you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
just
I remember
fun.
laughing my head off.
Who needed to be
It's a great
silly?
one.
The great thing is, yeah, if you don't know how to play very well, do something silly, because then it doesn't really matter that much. So you can get away with a lot more sin.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You're like, here are the words that I'm saying. Ta-da-ta.
Yeah.
Ta-da-ta-ta-da.
God, I really want to restring this thing.
Yeah, it's like that one. I need to go restring my guitar too. Thomas over at Hubbard's, he's really busy fixing everybody's instruments. I think everybody during the quarantine was like, well, I might as well, if I'm not playing gigs, I might as well fix all my stuff. So you walk in there and you're like stepping over guitars. You're like, oh, there's a lot. None of these are for sale. They're all just being fixed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And if you want to be treated well, with any of your instruments that need any work done on them, Hubbard's is the place to go. They spoiled the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
They did some work on that they refused to charge me for. They did some other work that I swear they did not charge me what they should have, and got me up and running. They're really good guys over there, and very focused on the community, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, I don't have enough nice things to say about Hubbard's.
Nah.
They've helped me out in a lot of different situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've always helped me out of binds. I'm like, on a personal level, they're very much dedicated to the relationship with their customers. I say customers, but like they're just really invested in the community and helping the musicians out. And
yeah, of course, they've also got that drug dealer mentality at the same time. Not only with the stuff they've got in the store, but they just had a few weeks back, they had an event where they had a bunch of reps from different companies, including, I stayed away. BJ got caught up in it. Sure,
he
was
fell
out there.
He fell into the dark side.
Oh, it's a dangerous place to be. It's sort of like walking into a Guitar Center, and it's like, oh God, I don't know if I can get out of here in one piece, at least with my wallet in one piece. So
yeah, it's a dangerous place, but a fun place.
Oh yeah,
and a fun place to be.
And it's neat when you walk into to Hubbard's. You're like, well, there's nothing to this place. It's teeny tiny, and they don't have anything. You're looking at the first room. You're not seeing the rest of that place.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing there.
Yeah, you get into the other rooms, and there's a guitar room. There's a ukulele room, for God's sake.
Oh, I love that place. I love those guys.
Oh yeah.
I remember when I would just go there. I didn't have to buy anything. I would just like pull up a seat and sit next to Thomas as he fixed stuff.
Oh yeah.
I even started answering the phones. I was just there so much. I'm like, Hubbard's Music. How can I help you? And I'm like, oh, hey, I should probably give this phone to somebody who works here. But
yeah. No, they're great guys. Yeah. I'd had my guitar for quite a few months, and something happened. I was like, I don't know what happened, but yeah, it was the high E string that suddenly wasn't working right. Didn't matter where I put my finger, I got the same note no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? I can't tell because I don't know that much about it. I can't see that anything's touching weird. It was. He basically took it in there and he showed me what he did after the fact. He released some tension off of the neck. There's a bolt inside of there. I had no idea. Mm-hmm. But after he did it, he showed me what he did. Showed me where it was. I was like, that's amazingly cool. But yeah, they're great guys. And they made this guitar a little bit better than it already is, which made me very happy. And
it's a beautiful guitar, and I really love the tone and sound to it too.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite thing. And no matter what else I end up with, that's gonna always be my fave. So
your baby.
Yeah,
the baby. Well, I think we've rounded out 2 hours.
Yeah, we sure have, and we got a bunch of music in too.
Oh, we got a ton of music in today. So thank you so much for your requests, everybody. And thank you for playing that original. That's coming along. That's going to be really, when you're getting to the point where you're recording that one, I'm really excited to hear like the full band behind it too. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. There's some artists that come out to the Amara open mic that I might just get them up there and have them screw around with it because you know one of them because you had him get up there not knowing any of your music and play with you one day. So that was Jaffe.
Jaffe.
Oh man,
yeah,
he's scary good.
He is scary good.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
we
Very nice young man.
this past Thursday, a girl came up that she wanted to sing a song, but she didn't play anything, and it was somebody else's song, of course. And Dwight's like, "Well, actually, that's karaoke. We don't do karaoke this night, but tell you what," says, "I'll put it up and I'll do it. I'll go ahead and play that for you if you come out to karaoke next week. Deal." So okay, and this cute little tiny skinny little thing comes up there, and all I could think when she started singing was Abby Naira, because the voice that came out of her did not fit what I was looking at. Belted the song, and I think it was a Lady Gaga song, and of course Jaffe's up there. He's got his guitar. Says, well, "What are you gonna sing? Maybe I know it." And she says, "Well, do you know Lady Gaga?" He says, "No." Didn't matter. About 3-4 measures in, and he was playing with her and doing really well, which I think it kind of gave her a little bit of a kick because she got this big old grin on her face.
That's awesome. I love those moments.
Yeah.
Or you just see this little person come up and you're like,
Well, are you gonna be able to reach the microphone there? Are you gonna be okay? And then they're like, "Ah!"
Yeah, just blows you away.
yeah, like that commercial from the 90s of the guy sitting in the chair with the sound system and it,
yes,
blows them away.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, what you got loaded up here?
Well, I got our closing.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something else.
No, we're here. This is, let's see. Yeah, we got no more comments from anybody, so that's.
So we wrap it up.
Yeah.
Final questions. Questions. I will be playing with the full band, with. I was about to say. Yeah, no, Dave Ferris. I mix up their last names sometimes. Sometimes I say Dave McKellar and Tim Ferris, but they're going to be playing with me at the end of the month at Don Felix, and that's going to be the last Saturday of this month.
Awesome.
I haven't played in my band since pre-pandemic, so this is a long time coming. So I'm excited. So it's going to be a good show.
Very cool. Yeah.
So come on out. Don Felix, word. That's the only plug I have.
Cool. Well,
gotta put in the plugs. Plug it up.
I don't think I'm going out to hear anybody sing this weekend. I've actually got a DJ job coming up on the 3rd, and then come the 4th, I won't be going anywhere other than seeing family because that's my birthday. So
the 4th of July is your birthday? Get right out of town.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
born on the 4th of July. That was my niece.
So yeah, I'll actually be old enough to legally drink on my birthday. Of course, I was legally able to drink on my last 20 or so birthdays.
Happy birthday. That's the best birthday of all time is the July 4th. Like, I'm sorry. It's just, you always have the day off. You know? And it's not one of those holidays where you have to like share your presents or like, I convinced my niece for the longest time that the entire world was celebrating her birthday. You know, so she just thought she was a little bit more special than all of her other siblings because she always got fireworks on her birthday.
Yeah. Why not?
Did you believe that growing up? Did you think the whole world was celebrating you?
I'm not so sure that I really believed it, but I definitely spread that little story. So
they're like, it's all for me.
Oh yeah.
It's for me. Yeah, that's the best birthday. Well, happy early birthday to you.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you have a fabulous day.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure my birthday will be spent with family. The day after that, I probably won't remember much of because, that won't be with family. Not saying that I do that much these days, just occasionally.
A wee bit.
A
wee bit. And then next week, we got to look forward to what's going on with your hair. So tune in next week for Dungeons and Dragons and surprise hair coloring.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Trevor, I've been having a blast having him on the show. he knows so many things. So the show isn't always just nerdy. We get into some other stuff. We always get into the music as well. And occasionally he comes on and then plays a few. As we discovered, he can play.
Yeah. Made the discovery.
Yeah.
Discovered him. Yeah. Awesome.
And of course,
awesome.
BJ as well on the show. This is going to be an interesting week. We're completely giving him the reins. And there may be special edition footage after the fact. So.
Oh, that's fun.
Anyway, thank you for coming on, Daisy.
Thank you for inviting me on today. This has been a lot of fun.
I've missed you. I've been trying to invite you, but it hasn't worked out. So
I've been so busy with these podcasts, and I finally got a point where I'm kind of getting ahead on my schedule. So I'm like, finally a reprieve.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it makes it better than people sitting here watching my ugly mug for 2 hours, because who wants to see that? So
everybody wants to see that.
You know what? I almost believe you. You're getting to be a better liar as you go along.
It's a beautiful face.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for joining me. We'll be back next week. BJ apparently will be back. That's good to know, man. Be safe, BJ. All of you be safe, especially here in town, because with the rain, the roads are slickery and all messy. So be careful what you're doing.
We're not careful and be nice.
We're not the brightest drivers. So
yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Just heard Roundtable on Radio New Mexico. To be featured as a guest on our show, email us at info@myradionm.com or visit our Facebook page. Thanks for listening.